Steve is working with the young people. I mean, the older people. My organization works with both. We complement each other by going out, bringing awareness to some of the problems that we have, and then finding solutions to those problems. And I think that's what's been missing a long time, is that, we have a problem, and we talk about it, and we talk about it, and we meet about it, but we never bring solutions to the table to address the problem. So that's one of the reasons why Living and Driving While Black has united with First Strike. We want to do a family inclusive piece. Steve and I work with children. We work with families. We want to build a relationship with the ministers across the city of Chicago. I want to give a shout out to Reverend Watts, who is used to be the chief chaplain of the state of Illinois, who has done a lot of great things throughout the state. And I just think that it's time for all the organizations who they trying to say they helping people.
Right.
We should be in the same house. There's many members of the body, but one body. So once we realize that we got one goal, and that's helping people change their lives, then whatever we do best, that's what we should be doing. We should be at one spot and deal with the issues that we face with. Then we will see positive change.
That's aggregation, the total, a mass coming together for one definite chief aim, one goal. So I've dedicated the rest of my life to provide this information. And speaking of information, I would like to share some more. This is some sad statistics, and this is the problem, and this applies to all of us. Okay. This information is from the Illinois Department of Correction. Okay, as of September 30th, 2007, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, the total incarceration was 45,256. The problem that it is, if you look at some high school, that number 18,1884, that's the males that dropped out of high school that end up incarcerated. And if you go down to college graduate, look at the difference the 4 years make. This is what I'm a strong advocate for education. Look at the difference. The college graduate, you only have 362 males incarcerated that got a college degree out of 45,256. This is plain and simple, people. Please, we have to be strong advocates for education of our youth. This is the only way we're going to turn our predicament around, is through education, because we need a specialized skill to pay our bills, so to speak. That's why I say if more knew, less would do. Because what I have discovered in the process of working with the students in our Chicago public schools is, I have a new book coming out called Black Cattle, and it's coming out this summer. And one of the chapters in my book is called No Books, Future Crooks, which was inspired by Phillips High School. I was waiting by the auditorium watching the kids come through the metal detectors, and I noticed that our children had all the fresh gear, all the Pele jackets. Them jackets $750 to $1,000, up to $1,500, depending on how much embroidery is on the jacket. They had the new Timberlands and their nice hats with the watches and clocks on it. But one thing I noticed, that they didn't have no books, no pen, no paper. So that was a sign to me that for failure. How can you come to a school which is a house of learning, where you are trying to prepare for your future, and you don't have the proper tools to participate? It's just like me being a construction worker, and my work attire, I'm supposed to have a hard hat, steel-toe boot sole with a construction belt, a tool belt, and I come to work like this with a shirt and tie on. Okay, I'm not prepared to work.
Exactly.
And the same thing that goes with kids coming to school with no pens, no papers, but we all know education starts at home. I would like the First Strike program to be a solution-based show. We all know what the problems are that address our communities. What we want to know, the First Strike program would like to know, we would like for you to call in and give us some solutions to some of the problems that you are concerned with. We have a caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Sharon Moore. I had two sons, and I was a single mother. I'm from Chicago, but I moved out of Chicago due to the violence. I have one son serving 50 years. He was given that for a gun that they did not find, as well as pointing the fingers, witnesses. But what I'm leading to is, when they go into prison, it should be a mandatory thing that they have a boot camp, soon as they go in there. See, the government, the president, as well as the mayor, should be able to re-instruct our black young men and women to be instructed back with the mind. See, the renewing of the mind is very important. And I also agree with him when he says one body, because we are supposed to be a one body under Christ. And we have to step out there and fight for just that purpose. Because, see, they go in there, they lock them up, send them out. I'm so glad the programs are started for jobs and homes. But that's a mandatory thing I've been praying on. Send them to boot camp. Get them instructed from there, because they lock them up, put them in a corner, and call them criminals. If you're going to rehabilitate somebody, you got to start, just like the brother said, from the mind. You're building that, but they can't be built like the way it's being built. Just throwing them in there, let them serve that time. More the time than they really actually deserve, because even if they do a crime, once you rehabilitate the mind, the body will follow.
That's right.
Okay.
So I'm going to let go, because I know somebody else want to come in.
Yes,
but
thank you very much. Dave would like to respond
I'd
to
like
that.
to respond to what she said. You know that prisons are on the NASDAQ. The prison system is about making money.
Exactly.
Every time that someone is incarcerated for over a year, that's about $60,000 to $70,000 profit.
I understand that. I know that.
So we have to look at the nature of this beast, and we have to get back to the old ways that it used to be, when we cared about going to school and getting an education, because we knew that when my parents came out of those cotton fields in Arkansas, that's all that they did. They was like, okay, if I don't make it this far, I'm going to educate my children. And I think we got to the point where we dropped the ball and we stopped passing traditions on, and that's why the jails are full of our young men, because they don't know how to be men.
My son,
Lack of
my son
ambition. Weak desires bring weak results. If our kids do not have a desire to want to be successful, they make these decisions, and they are building more prisons than they are building universities, because they say we are not going to school.
I know all these things, but see, I was one of the parents.
Sister, excuse me, we have another caller.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for
Thanks
calling
for your
in.
call.
Okay,
We look
thanks
forward
for
to
your
calling
call.
back again.
All right, we're trying to get as many as possible. Thank you, caller.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Caller, you on
My
the
name
line?
is Ernest Mullins.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yes, I want to make a comment. You know, the educational thing that's in the penitentiaries. I've been to the penitentiary multiple times, and it took my third bit of going to penitentiary to see the big picture, that I understood what the big trick was.
Right.
As long as they keep us non-educated and keep us want to play cards and smoke cigarettes,
That's right.
we'll keep doing what we're doing.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, I seen the picture was that they thought that we was gonna commit more crimes. Oh yeah, they'll put you on house arrest, home monitoring, and all that stuff. Yeah, I used to always wonder why was those guys always getting on house arrest, because they knew they'd be right back.
Right.
But it took my third bit to understand that when I got in, and I told them people, because they said, well, it's a 3 months waiting list to get into an educational program. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't take that as an answer. So I took it up on myself.
Good job.
Every chance that I got, I sent in a kite to the school. Look, I want to go to school. I want to get something. I want to learn something.
You took
So
the
when I went to my
initiative,
third penitentiary, I went into construction occupations. When I got through with that, I went and took literature. I took any class that I could take. Any class they had open that I could take. Because my feeling is that you can never get enough education. And I feel that I should get enough education until they pay me not to get educated no more.
Hey, brother, thank you very much.
Hey.
So what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm an electrician. I'm telling you, it's hard because I have these strikes on my back.
Right.
I run into a lot of roadblocks, but I don't take no for answer. I keep pushing forward. And
I got some advice for you. We gotta go. We gotta wrap this up, brother. Create your own opportunities. That's what happened to me. I'm a convicted felon, and I believe that I had a specialized gift, and I refuse to let them strikes keep me down. So here I am, and if I can do it, you can do it too. We need an organized plan for the definite purpose to keep it moving. Keep it moving, brother. Don't give up. You gotta intensify your desire.
What I'd like for you to do, brother,
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be getting in contact with you guys. Got your number, so I'll be
why don't you call the number? Call the number. If you got a number on us, call us. Like I said, I'm a reentry coach. I do placements. I do have resources where if you got X on your back, companies will give you a second chance. So get the
Okay.
number, call us, and we'll be glad to assist you. God bless you.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
you too. You guys
Thank
have a
you.
good evening.
You too.
All right, we have another caller. Okay, that's it. Okay, what we're going to do now, if you would like to contact the First Strike program, I have my information on the screen. You can contact Steve Bell at this number. Also, you can get in touch with David Lowry. We will be here for the next 13 weeks, every Monday at 7:30 p.m. We want you to tune in again. I would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to CAN TV Hot Call-In Line 21. And I would like to thank my wife, Sherry Bell.
And remember to call in every Monday with the solutions that we can use, that we can talk about and deal with those issues, because we can provide some resources for people who need them. So please call in, check us out, and let's get this ball rolling.
And tell all your friends and family to tune in every Monday, 7:30, Channel 21. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Going. That was her calling me and telling me to wrap it up.
Okay, we gotta get up out of here.
We out.
All right, we out. Shit, let's go. Shit, the first
Good
one.
job,
that's a,
baby.
Huh?
That's it. Look here.
That's a roll, huh?
Yeah, y'all had some good calls. We didn't have any friends, but we had several referrals.